Today marks the one-year anniversary of the murder of George Floyd by former police officer Derek Chauvin. Attorney for the Floyd family, Ben Crump, tells NBC News the family will meet with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Congresswoman Karen Bass this morning, as well as several senators from both parties. And then they will meet with President Biden at the White House. Crump told NBC News he views the White House visit as an opportunity to pay proper respect to George Floyd with a president who has been in continuous communication with the family. Crump said he hopes the visit will keep momentum going toward passage of the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act. Willie?
And with this day, it also marks the deadline set by President Biden for Congress to present a police reform package. While they will miss that date, the lead negotiators from both parties are optimistic a deal is now within reach.
So we continue to work on the process, and I think we had good progress over the weekend, I thought, and I think we can see the end of the tunnel. I think we're starting to see a frame.
We made a lot of progress over the weekend. We still have a lot of work to do. I'm going to be pulling long days all this week in hopes that we. By the time we come out of the weekend, we have more and more of this framework being put together.
Senators Scott and Booker there, along with Congresswoman Karen Bass of California, who's been working on this. They said the anniversary of George Floyd's murder drives their work, writing in a statement, quote, "This anniversary serves as a painful reminder of why we must make meaningful change. While we still are working through our differences on key issues, we continue to make progress toward a compromise and remain optimistic about the prospects of achieving that goal." So, Joe, 1 year on now from the death of George Floyd under the knee of Officer Derek Chauvin, who was convicted of murder a few weeks ago. The work continues. It's been a long year in many ways in this country, but it looks like there may be progress on this front at least.
It looks like there may be progress, and Maura Gay, it's so good to hear Cory Booker and Tim Scott, Republican and Democrat alike, talking about the good progress that was made over the weekend. You do really get a sense that that progress was made because they knew this date was coming, and they felt the moral compunction to do it.
There's no doubt about it. I think, though, that, the fears among those who support police reform is just the understanding that there is a large, significant portion of the country who is not committed to this. And I think part of the reason is that the issue has become politicized thanks to Donald Trump. And because of that, I think it's still going to be very difficult to put meaningful reforms into this bill. The whole battle over qualified immunity is just a preview of really, I think, what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm not fatalistic about it. I think there's a lot of good that can get done here. But I do continue to believe that significant reforms will have to happen at the local level in conjunction, I think, with the Department of Justice, who is going to continue to increase oversight over some of these police departments. And that's actually there's a lot of room for optimism there. This is good. This is a good start.
Sure.
But there's a lot of work done in the Kerner Commission, and we've done essentially nothing that was recommended. So we have a lot of catching.
Let's bring in Jake Sherman to the conversation to check on the progress of these negotiations. He's the co-founder of Punchbowl News and an MSNBC political contributor. Jake, good morning. It's good to see you. So we know that the Floyd family attorney Benjamin Crump will be up on Capitol Hill today meeting with Speaker Pelosi, among others. But where are the sticking points? We hear the positive messages from Senator Scott, Senator Booker, and from Karen Bass. Where are these last points where they're going to need to negotiate? Is it qualified immunity, for example?
Yeah, it basically is qualified immunity, Willie, and that's what's been kind of holding this back for a long time. There's been mixed messages depending on who you talk to about qualified immunity and where it stands. A few things to note. Number one, the right people are in the room, right? You have the right powerful Democrats who people listen to, and Republicans, Tim Scott, Cory Booker, Karen Bass. Interestingly enough, we put in our newsletter in Punchbowl News this morning, Bass stayed in town this week. House is out on recess. Bass stayed in town to continue talks. They're going to continue this week. We anticipate that something will come out maybe next week. I just don't want to, from a practical point of view, Willie, we haven't even seen the opposition on Capitol Hill mobilize. We know, I would imagine, to be honest with you, if I were a gambling man, I do believe this will pass both chambers and get signed into law. I think it will take a little bit of time to get done. But, you know, we're hearing the right things, seeing the right things, hearing the right information, all positive signs at this point. But qualified immunity is the big thing.